What's up, guys? It's Dante here, and I'm back giving you yet another Dramascripted Saturday. And how we start off every Dramascripted Saturday, we're going to start off with the ratings. And with Raw, had just under 1.7 million, and we had NXT with just under 640,000 viewers, and we have AEW yet winning another Wednesday Night Wars with 753,000 viewers, and we have SmackDown with a second week in a row, well, actually third week in a row, bringing in over 200 million views with 2.4 million views. So SmackDown seems to be transitioning as to the A show for WWE. Thus, as in, I don't know why Vince wants to continue with this Monday Night Wars, because they keep on losing. I think this is the current, we're on a 5 Wednesday win streak with AEW. So this is, they've been always winning. You could check all the ratings throughout the past year. AEW won the most weeks, they had the most streaks. And it's funny that that rhymed. But moving on, I think that WWE needs to put NXT on Tuesdays. We've seen viewership go up on both shows when both shows are on different days. And I think one time AEW broke 1 million when NXT and AEW were on different days. And then we saw NXT go over 800,000 consecutive times when they're not on the same day. So Vince, stop making us choose. But moving on to some undrama-scripted news, Alberto Del Rio is in the news again, and as his history shows, he's in the news again for not a good thing. This past week, he was indicted on aggressive kidnapping charges in Texas this past week, and if he gets assigned first degree, he could face anywhere up to 3 years to 99, or if he gets second degree, he could face anywhere minimum to 5 years to 20. I'm not gonna go into full details or what's allegedly being charged against him in full detail because it is not rated PG. I will leave a description for you could find out on what the full thing he's being accused of, and it doesn't look good for Alberto Del Rio at all. So we are going to move in to Wednesday. AEW, the dog collar match fight between Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes. I'm just gonna focus on this one match in particular because I feel that they gave Cody the belt back too soon. This could have built up all the way until Full Gear. Full Gear is in November. They decided not to do that. Cody comes back in all black, 2 weeks, surprises Brody Lee and the Dark Order. Gets a couple of good shots in on Brody Lee, and then Brody Lee cuts the "what type of man or whose man's is this" promo. Good funny promo, I might add. He says, "What type of man sends another man to do another man's bidding?" And I was dying. I was laughing at home. I enjoyed that promo. I enjoyed that promo a lot. And then you have Cody come back 2 weeks, comes back in all black, and then 2 weeks later you give him the title shot, and you have Cody win. So now I feel that, number one, you're kind of playing hot potato with the title because Brody Lee's only been champion at that point for 9 weeks. And then now you just come back and you just give it to Cody. So the climax is gone, which it would have been better if they would have waited to Full Gear and then have Cody beat Brody at Full Gear. So you make not only do you make the title reign longer, you get to build up the feud longer. But they decided to have Cody win, so I don't know what direction they go from here. So that was only my big stink about this past week's AEW, and it was the 30-year celebration of Chris Jericho being in the wrestling industry. That was good, and I liked the ending credits because everything had Chris Jericho's name on it, which I found that was funny. But then we are going to now move on to Friday night, back to WWE. There was the draft, part 1 of the draft, and we're going to go with some noticeable picks. We had Drew McIntyre staying on Raw, and we have Roman staying on SmackDown, But then also going to SmackDown, you had Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, and Dominic Mysterio. So we're still doing this feud that should have finished. If anything, it should have finished at Extreme Rules. But yet they're still going on with this feud. Now there's some weird looking relationship between Buddy Murphy and Rey Mysterio's daughter. And then rumors are going around that Vince wants to sign Rey Mysterio's daughter to a real full contract. It's just really weird that this feud has been going on for like 5 to 6 months, which it should have finished 3 months ago. So that's weird. And then we have the New Day coming back, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, coming back on Friday and beating Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura and winning the SmackDown tag team titles. And then they both are getting drafted to Raw, and at the end of the show, Big E gets drafted to stay on SmackDown. Now, I'm not hitting the panic button yet, because in that famous draft of 2008 or 2009, that draft started off with the beginning of the show. John Cena gets drafted to SmackDown. All right, well, the biggest superstar at that time gets drafted to SmackDown. How did that Raw show end? Oh, John Cena gets drafted back to Raw. So it's been proven that superstars can get drafted multiple times within the same draft. So here's what I think is going to happen on Monday. Either one, obvious, the Street Profits get drafted to SmackDown, because they're not going to have both tag team titles. They're not going to have both tag team champs on the same show. Either that happens, Big E gets drafted to Raw, or the SmackDown tag team champions get drafted back to SmackDown, because like I said before, there's no way they're gonna have both tag team champs on the same show. That would just be dumb. So I'm gonna wait until Monday. We're all gonna wait until Monday to see where Big E goes, or if they're gonna really break up the New Day. Other noticeable mix: The Miz and John Morrison get drafted to Raw, along with AJ Styles. Now, The Miz, it seems every time there's a draft, he's just going to switch shows. This has been going on for the past 6 years. Every time there's a draft, they just switch a show. I'm at the point where WWE doesn't know what to do with The Miz. So they just put him back on Raw. AJ's on Raw. Asuka got drafted to Raw. Bayley stays on SmackDown. And those are all the noticeable draft picks. You'll see a list of all the full draft lists from part 1, and part 2 will be on Monday. So that's that. That's going to wrap this up for this week's Dramascripted Saturday. Remember, there will always be a Dramascripted Saturday every Saturday. And if you're a witness, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And be safe, everyone. Peace.